Good morning. It is October 12th at about 7:20 a.m. I just wanted to give a very quick update on the current positions and go over once again just a little bit of Bitcoin. So right now, Bitcoin is currently testing an important level. It broke through this area of what used to be resistance and is now support at the 0.618 to 0.65 Fibonacci level. I'm going to bring out the Fibonacci tool using the same levels as I've shown before. Here's the high, which was the all-time high, down to this low, and you will see once again areas I told you about. So what you can see from this, if you remember, I told you that you would run into some resistance probably around the 0.786 Fibonacci level, and that is the exact level where Bitcoin has run into some resistance and it's had a little correction. That is coincident with, we'll flip over to the Fear and Greed Index. As I told you last night, we are now again in extreme greed. That has also helped contribute probably to the little pullback. Yesterday was in just greed. The day before was in extreme greed. So we're kind of teetering in that level. If Bitcoin continues, and I'll flip back to the chart, if Bitcoin continues to go to the downside a little today, it will probably drop back into just the greed range. So that's actually a positive for Bitcoin increasing. So that would actually be a bullish sign as opposed to staying in extreme greed. Right now, it's got to get past this 0.786 level, and then this previous swing high over here, if Bitcoin, which I'll draw a little box in so we can have this for future reference, if Bitcoin gets past this zone right here, which I'll color it red for now because it's kind of a resistance zone, if it can get past this, the next target would be all-time highs at about 65,000. So right now it's hitting resistance area. It's in extreme greed areas, which is typically not very positive. That's typically a correction area. But it does have this support down here now at the 0.61865 Fibonacci level. So right now, again, we're just kind of in a wait and see mode with Bitcoin. It's got this resistance zone. If it gets through it, I will not be buying right now. I'll have to wait and see what Bitcoin is going to do. If you continue to look, here's the funding rates currently. They're all neutral. They're not really telling you anything about direction. There's some positives, some negatives. I'm not going to go into what the funding rates mean, but just generally, you can see across the board, it's generally neutral. Some slightly negative, some slightly positive, and most everything else is just black or gray, which is neutral. And quickly, I'll just hit the order book. And the only thing I really use this for is just to see where there's a lot of buying or selling orders that are sitting out there waiting to happen. So the only reason I look at this is because I can see there's some more resistance to the upside than to the downside. This can change at any moment, so I don't put too much stock in this. But as you can see, there are slightly more sell orders as you get up to 58,000, 59,000. They're higher than the buy orders that are sitting out there just waiting to buy should Bitcoin dip down to these levels at the 56,000, 55,000 levels. There are orders sitting out there just waiting to buy Bitcoin. There are more sell orders to the upside than there are buy orders to the downside. That doesn't mean too much, to tell you the truth, but it just shows me that there is more selling pressure should Bitcoin move about 5% one way or the other than there is buying pressure should it move to the downside. So that's basically all I use that for. Okay, let's flip over to Ethereum. It has come back some to us. I don't have a position in Bitcoin as you saw yesterday. I do have one in Link, and again, this is just an update. Overnight it has come down just as I had hoped, sitting just fine. Currently sitting at about positive in terms of percent. Let's see here. Right now it's sitting at about 6.7% profits, doing fine. At this point, well, I'll go over that in a minute. Dogecoin also came down a little overnight, looking okay right now, doing pretty good. Cardano, same thing. All of these altcoins are generally performing about the same right now. Solana came down a little bit overnight. You can see it didn't come down as much in terms of percent, I think, as the others. Right now it's at about 3.2% profits right now. Anything can happen though in the next few hours. Litecoin also down slightly overnight, currently doing fine. I have nothing in SNX right now. Ren, similar to the others, has come down some overnight and right now is sitting in profits. It's doing fine. I can't seem to get this close enough to sitting just under 5% profits right now. It's doing okay. As of right now, you have a couple options. If you took these trades, you of course could just close out the trades for the profits that you currently have, which would be fine. You could move your stops to break even, so it would ensure that you don't, at the very least, you don't lose any money on the trade. Or you could do nothing or anything in between. I, for right now, probably will not do anything. Depending on what happens later in the day, I might move my stops down to break even. So the worst I could do is break even on the trade, not lose money. But for right now, I'm actually not going to do anything. I'm going to wait and see what happens. Thanks a lot, and hope you have a great trading day. Best of luck to you. Oh, by the way, if you want these instantly, these updates as they come out, subscribe with notifications on, and you'll get these the second I put them out, including the new positions I take. Have a great day.